That's a perfect way to start for the American. And we've been speaking about Basavareddy, how he got through 3 rounds of qualifying, and he's going to come into this matchup with quite a bit of confidence. And one of the biggest things that's changed in his tennis is his new coach, Jill Savara, former coach of Danny Medvedev.
Take that bit of luck as well.
Jill Savara and Basavareddy started working together just before the next gen last year. And one of the biggest things they've been trying to focus on is just getting more physically fit. And if you look at him, he's becoming more filled out in the chest and the legs, getting stronger. Really feels like Savara brings a lot of experience and mindset to the team.
A good start. Well, actually, the other thing, one thing that he's talked about is the fact that when Jill came on board, because he sort of phoned up, said, "Oh, well, you're in the market, you're a free agent,
you're available."
Is the attention to detail of every single thing, every preparation, every practice, everything is down to the minute detail, and that's one thing that he has talked about.
Yeah, and one thing that you'll notice throughout this match, anytime the camera does pan over to Savara, he's typically writing notes. He's got a little notebook that he's jotting things down. So we see the coaching camp there for Chris O'Connell. But yeah, as you mentioned, Basavareddy does enjoy the attention to detail from Savara.
There is Jill Savara on the left-hand side. Fresh start for him as well, as Nick mentioned, working with Daniel Medvedev for many years.
13.
Start for O'Connell. I know the talent that he's got. I mean, he really announced himself. He won 72 matches back in 2019, had this big push up the rankings inside the world's top 100. And that came off the back of 2018, where a severe knee injury, he couldn't play. Actually didn't want to get near a tennis court, and friends were saying, you know, maybe do some tennis coaching, you know, that'll keep you going for a while. I said, no, don't want to get near a tennis court, just want to get away from it all. That's why he found an alternate line of employment. Didn't pay a hell of a lot, but it got him away, and then rediscovered the love of it, getting back out there on the court, doing the work.
Great volley there from O'Connell. You know, you're mentioning that injury, and it really just tends to put things in perspective. You know, and then you start to miss the game a little bit, and then once you get out there, you realize once you're taking losses, it's not that big of a deal. You just want to stay healthy. You want to be able to play the game that you love, hit a yellow ball over the net for a living. Can't beat that.
Go any further without talking about Basavareddy and the qualifying tournament here at the Australian Open. His second round match against Sebastian Offner. You get the chance just to look it up online. You can find the video. Unfortunately, Sebastian is in a really good position in the final set tiebreak, but forgot that it was a 10-point tiebreak. There again, but So after celebrating 7-2, thinking I've won the match, the umpire said, no, mate, you haven't. It's first to 10. Basavareddy comes back from a long way back to win it. And the celebrations were quite something else too.
Yeah, at the end of that match, kind of Basavareddy put his hands up to his throat as almost kind of a choke symbol as the player was up 7-1, not able to win it. But it goes back to NBA because he's from Indianapolis, and it goes back to the Indiana Pacers, excuse me. Reggie Miller would make that move. So it was nothing of malintent from Basavareddy. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Just kind of something that he
have multiple interpretations, so I'm glad you helped clear that up. There'll be a lot of folks who'll be watching that video now going, what? Well, a couple already in the match for Basavareddy. Mentioned what he did with the next gen finals, reaching all the way through to the semi-final, falling to Lerner Tien. That played right at the back end of the year in December, which I think is a huge advantage for the younger players. And the fact that they get proper match play. Yes, it's a truncated format, first to 4, but they're playing in December, then come straight down here. That's nicely done. Basavareddy holds. And we are on serve. It is 2-1 here in the opening set.
Fault.
So just to explain again, if you're just joining us, the line calling system would usually make the sound of outs and fault. It's not happening around the stadium. We can hear it, the players can't, so the umpire's jumping in. So wondering why people are cheering, they're not hearing the calls.
Left service. Fault. Out. 13 love. Fault. Love.
Not long again.
Game, O'Connell.
Comfortable hold for O'Connell.
Yeah, I think something to
2
keep an eye
games.
on throughout this match is the pace of court. One thing that I noticed yesterday, because of how hot it got, you know, we talked about 86, 87 degrees, it was hard for the players to keep control of the ball. The ball was moving so fast through the air. Tommy Paul, I was watching his match, commentating that one, and he got to the point where he started serving the volleying a little bit more, trying to come forward as much as he could because he couldn't control it. So we'll keep an eye on the pace of the court here.
Fault. Out. 15 love.
Yeah, I think O'Connell, just with the line calling system not working as it should at the moment, is looking up to his team saying, was that out? They're on that baseline.
Yeah, I think this is one thing that Basavareddy does extremely well. He likes to stay close to that baseline, take time away from you. His backhand is about as sweet as it comes off the two-hander, and now he's looking to run around it a little bit more to find the forehand.
Out. 14 love. Fault. Out. Game, Basavareddy.
So comfortable hold as well. It's all with the server here in this opening set. Basavareddy 3 games to 2.
Yeah, I think we'll see that will be a plan from Basavareddy. Is
15.
Chris O'Connell's got a very good slice, but sometimes after the slice he kind of gets pushed back, and a lot of players like to come in on that one-hand backhand and make him pass off of that wing. So let's see how many times Basavareddy tries to come in there.
Black for service. Wait, please. Fault. Fifteen on.
We're trying to get it into the body there of Basavareddy. He was in good position. He's so precise with that serve.
Out. 13-15. Out.
Yeah,
of where the sun is positioned at this point in time, Nick.
Yeah, and that's a great lob from Basavareddy. The fact he was able to get there, and the key to that lob was just getting it nice and high, because as you mentioned, the sun is a little bit to the right for O'Connell there, and it's just moving around in the wind just a little bit once it gets high. So you want to let that one bounce and make it easier for yourself.
Great court coverage from Basavareddy.
Yeah, great athleticism, getting low for the volley, getting back for the overhead, and once again, just asking the question off of that backhand from O'Connell, making him try to pass him off of that wing. Sets up a break point for the American.
That's better. Time to go up the line this time.
Yeah.
Good option.
Yeah, much better. He knew Basavareddy was going to try to hit that slice backhand to his backhand, so that's why he moved around to the left to find the forehand. Right here, you see those small steps to get around it. Nice shape on the ball there.
And again.
Yeah, that's what you call a two-shot pass there from O'Connell off the forehand. Just dipped it low, made Basavareddy have to pop up the volley. Knew it was going to land short. That's why he moved in quickly. Basavareddy not covering this down the line ball here. You always want to follow the ball at the net.
Good finish. Build his confidence.
3 games on.
Went 23 and 28 last season in terms of match win-loss. We're talking about the AO shop a little bit earlier, Nick, where you're spending plenty of your time. You can find some of those hats in there, all the apparel.
Look at all the different green. There's a green hat, look at the blue, the white. Got everything in the shop.
My recommendation, if you're planning to come to Melbourne Park, still scan the QR code, because buy it online. You're guaranteed to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Here, tricky proposition.
Yep.
There's plenty of things to buy, but StraineOpenShop.com, so we can buy the rest.
15 love.
Changed up his preparation for the Australian Open a little bit, did Basavareddy. Tried to qualify for the tournament in Hong Kong at the start of the year. Just out the second round of qualifying there.
Fault. Not up.
Didn't get there on the second bounce. It's the call, not up. Yeah, so he started last year, 2025, semi-finalist in Auckland.
13 love.
So by not qualifying into Hong Kong, points come off, so the ranking drops a little bit. So that's why he's sitting at 239.
also part of what he did at the end of 2024, where
30,
he made finals of a challenger, won a challenger in the States, so got a lot of points. And then in 2025, he didn't play in November. So a lot of those points then came off leading into this year. Hence why, again, he's at that 230 mark.
First time he's actually qualified into the main draw of a major, so another sort of milestone ticked off. I like the hustle. He's taking on. On serve, we continue. It's 4-3 in the first.
By 4 games to 3. Out. 15 love. Out. 15 on. It's coming on the board.
One thing I really love about Chris O'Connell's serve is just how relaxed he is with his arm, and it's a low ball toss, hard to read if you're a returner. Not much that can go wrong.
Fault.
And that's where having a slice is great on these courts, because of how fast the court surface is playing, because he can knife it low to the net. It stays even lower because of the pace of the court. That's what got Basavareddy to make that mistake off the forehand wing.
Fault.
Oh, I love that move forward. He just looks so confident when he gets forward to the service line.
He does, and you can see that that's his game plan coming into this matchup. He's taking anything mid-court and saying, okay, I'm coming into your forehand or your backhand, but look how he moves to the volley, gets inside that service box so quickly, always attacking that volley. Nice little short out wide serve there. Australian fans loving that one.
That'd be an outfit you could take home with you, get around in.
I think we both need to wear that next time we commentate together in the booth. It's a clean look right there.
We'll make sure we get a picture first. Good finish. Pushed a little bit in that service game. I think one of the things too that will work in O'Connell's favour, 31-year-old taking on a 20-year-old, he'll have patience in those longer rallies. He won't necessarily mind them going longer, building the pressure. Strikes the point so well. Force Basavareddy to come up with something a little bit different. We've seen that move forward. Has been passed a couple of times.
Red, second serve. Out. Love 15. Out. Love 13.
Pressure moments here for Basavareddy. Only 38% first serves in for the American. It's going to need a big one here.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, when he does make that first serve, he's only lost 1 point on his first serve, 8 of 9. It's been a big weapon for him when he hits his spot.
Well, it's the backhand doing the damage, the cross court.
Yeah, and the biggest part about that point was spreading the court open. He used that backhand to hit it off the single sideline, which got Basavareddy having to move on his horse there, not able to get enough on the backhand, and spreading the court extremely well there, Chris O'Connell.
It's the heaviness of that backhand.
Flick of the wrist.
I won't mind the longer rallies if he get himself into that position. Yeah, good finish.
Game, walk on.
Break of serve for the Australian. O'Connell will serve for the first set next at 5-4.
O'Connell is by 5 games to 4.
That's one thing. If you serve to Basavareddy's backhand and it's right in the honey hole, he's got such a short backswing and he can get it on you fast. You got to try to get him stretching on that backhand wing or he makes you pay.
Oh.
Hasn't quite found his groove from the back of the court just yet.
Yeah, normally for Basavareddy, he's pretty consistent from the back. He's not going to give you a lot of unforced errors. He makes you work. But again, it comes down to a little bit of the pace of the court is affecting him right now. I love how Chris O'Connell is just sticking to his routines, going about his business, not rushing this moment right now. Getting 3 different balls, looking at the ones to see which one will fly through the air the quickest, which one's not too fluffy.
Racing to set points.
Bang, another ace there. Make that 6 for Chris O'Connell. couple set points on his racket.
That's the way to finish it. The opening set going the way of Australia's Chris O'Connell. 37 minutes, 6 games to 4. That's so clever. What a point that was from O'Connell.
Yeah, that kind of a point is right up Chris O'Connell's alley. Again, because he uses the backhand slice quite a lot, he's used to having the continental grip. As we saw there, he uses the continental grip to get the lob up. Then he comes forward. So solid, soft hands with the volley here. What you call taking advantage of a shorter second serve, playing big off the forehand and trusting himself in this moment. Basavareddy once again, just too many missed first serves, only 42% on the first serves in, and O'Connell's taking advantage. The
audio issues sorted out around the stadium too. I think the players will be a little bit more relaxed with that too. Now they can hear the calls instantaneously. They have a little bit of an issue with the out and the fault calls being made. The crowd couldn't hear them, so the umpire had to make the call. Oh, that's sweet from O'Connell. He is redlining at the moment.
O'Connell said, give me some on that forehand. Was on the run, knew he was going to have to go for the winner here. He was a bit off balance as he was moving here. Caught the outside part of the ball. Money.
Let for service. Touchy.
Oh.
If you play with that sort of confidence, you can make shots like that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what an athlete Chris O'Connell is. He recognized this drop shot. He saw Basavareddy go to the slice and had a feeling it was going to land short. And his first step was so quick to get up to this one. Fast racket head speed there over the low part of the net. You almost feel like he's the one coming in with more confidence on these courts. We mentioned Basavareddy has already won 3 qualifying matches. And Chris O'Connell coming in 1 and 2 in his qualifying over the last couple weeks.
Bridge that connects the centre of Melbourne to Melbourne Park. So easy to walk from, use your terminology, downtown Melbourne through to here. point construction from Basavareddy.
Yeah, that was a physical point for both players. And, you know, one thing Basavareddy wanted to really work on with his new coach, Jill Sabara, was that physical part of working on his body, getting strong in the legs and the upper body, being able to handle these 3 out of 5 set matches.
Oh.
You also have a relatively light back end of the season too. Played the next gen finals, but they're in December. Before that, his last tournament was October. That was a challenger. Then tried to qualify into Shanghai, one of the bigger tournaments on the ATP calendar. So he did have a block of time there from October to December. And then obviously afterwards too, heading here.
Yeah, and that's the game plan right there. Just getting into the O'Connell backhand, make him try to pass him over 3 out of 5 sets. That's not something O'Connell's naturally comfortable with, is coming up with a stinger of a pass. But yeah, you mentioned Basavareddy not playing in November of last year, and that was getting some of those preseason training workouts in with Sabara, and he wasn't able to defend the points from November of 2024, where he finaled and won a challenger, hence why the ranking dropped some.
That's the terminology, paying it forward, which I think is what he's doing. If you build a base, and say all the top players that they could be performing at their highest point in week 1 as they are in week 40, and know that they've got still some left in the tank.
Yeah, that's what the top players are able to do, build that base so that throughout the whole year you're ready to go. One thing I've noticed is O'Connell has been serving a lot to the Basavareddy forehand. Definitely Basavareddy's backhand is the more consistent wing, so O'Connell's been very smart about sliding into that forehand. Basavareddy should give himself a little bit more time behind the baseline. It's getting on him too quickly.
That's why it's just rock solid from Chris O'Connell.
O'Connell is by 2 games to love.
There have been those Australian players over the years that just get out there and just get it done. There's nothing necessarily flashy about it. You're just efficient, quietly get it done, all the way back to a player like Richard Fromberg, who's out here on these courts in the 80s and 90s.
15 love.
Jason Stoltenberg be another one that I'd put into that category.
Yeah, and again, it's because of the heat and how fast these courts are playing. You feel like most of the players that are winning matches are the ones coming forward. They're the ones using some serve and volley plays, getting to the net as fast as they can. And I feel like in this match, whoever's coming forward, they're the ones winning the point.
Basavareddy, but he's just under all sorts of pressure.
15-30.
Yeah, O'Connell can do no wrong. That was a great dipper off the backhand there. Got it low, so Basavareddy had to pop it up.
It's one of the hardest shots to make, isn't it? That high backhand volley.
This was an element that he was wanted to work on with his coach, Shil Savara, is the serve. This is something they've been looking to improve, get a little bit more pace and power on it as well.
Ball.
Forty 30.
Yeah, it's nice. On the ball
Game
in
aside.
set number 2, but down a break. So Connell on set
O'Connell leads
2-1.
by 2 games to 1. %.
First serves going into play. And winning most of those points. Only lost 4 points on his first serve, 4 on the second.
Ball.
Just been so impressed with the rhythm and cadence of which Chris O'Connell is going about his business. No rushing, keeping his heart rate at the right spot, taking 1 point at a time.
Plenty of those, 3 points. His 8th ace for the match so far.
Game O'Connell.
And it's just all pretty comfortable at the moment.
And that's a high
by
first serve
3
percentage,
games to 1.
70% on that first serve for O'Connell.
What's that feeling like, Nick, when you're out there, you've got the plan sorted, and you're feeling this good, like the rhythm you're on?
Yeah, you can tell, you know, again, in any match, you want to kind of visualize the night before and see your game plan. And you can tell he's done his visualization, he's done his homework, he knows exactly where he wants to put the ball.
Ball.
We talk about it so much about the visualization and writing down your game plan, knowing what your game plan is. So many of these players use analytics, and when you do that, then once you get out there, it feels like it's slow motion. Things are happening. You've already seen it happen in your mind. And I feel like that's where Chris O'Connell is. He's seen everything happen in his mind already, so he looks so calm out there.
Basavareddy's going to keep asking the question. I think that's the right play.
13 love.
Yeah, he's probably going to be passed a few times, but that has a wearing effect, and obviously the dynamic of best of 5 set tennis. The call this situation thinking, oh, potentially could be heading to the finish line. Not the case. It's a completely different dynamic. Yeah, trapped it nicely. Nice redirection from Basavareddy.
Yeah, sure is. And once again, that's what he does so well on that, stays on that baseline, doesn't give you a lot of time. So as you see, he stays down low on this forehand here. Good racket at speed to get that up and down.
Game, Basavareddy.
So hanging in this second set is Basavareddy.
O'Connell is by 3
But O'Connell
games
up a
to
break.
2.
It's 3-2 in the second.
La partie.
Yeah, I think Chris O'Connell thinking that ball was out there and wants to see it on the board. I think for me, from our position, it did look a little bit out, but we're on the other side of the court.
Yeah, sometimes the machine won't make the call, but that's if it's way out. They won't. It's a close call. It will definitely make it one way or the other. Well, that's just called bossing the point. There's the experience factor a bit in this as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And again, for both these guys, it's been about court positioning, not wanting to give up too much ground. 9 forehand winners now for O'Connell.
Oh, wrap that around the frame.
15-13.
Just a little opening here for Basavareddy at 15-30. Hasn't been able to make too many inroads on the O'Connell serve.
Ball.
Oh, now he's got a big opportunity.
14-14.
And I think that's a big step there for Basavareddy. I think the more he can take that backhand and come in and be a little bit unpredictable on that second serve return, put pressure, he can do that so well off of that wing. Now a couple break points.
Deserved the break back.
Game,
Worked hard in
Basavareddy.
that game, got the
New
result.
balls, please.
He sure did. And look, for Chris O'Connell, he's been serving 71% of his second serves into the middle of the box on that due side. So Basavareddy knew he was going to come there. He was able to start the point with a forehand and just never let go there to get the break.
Yep, now he knows he's back in this set. He stuck to the game plan nicely. Impressive stuff for a guy that's just 20 years old. Oh, it's nice. Great positioning there. Knew exactly where he wanted that to land.
Oh.
Basavareddy kind of thought that return was going out, didn't really get behind it enough, but it worked out with that little short slice.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, he makes that serve and volley look so easy. Keeps that racket out in front on that forehand volley. Here hits the serve. His first step is quick to get inside that service line.
That's a strong hold. Bit of a statement there from Basavareddy. We're on serve. It's 4-3 in the second.
Oh.
Oh, good hands, a good reach from O'Connell.
You know, this has been a volley clinic from both players. As soon as they've gotten to the net, watch their technique on the volley. That racket is always out in front of their body. They don't let it get behind their volley. They keep soft hands, and impressive from both.
Just left reaching for that backhand in the end. Mentioned that there were 21 American men in the singles draw at AO 2026, and the Aussie side 11. Just placing it so well. That at 165. Maybe his fastest serve, but he's hitting all the right spots. And that first serve percentage has just dropped a little bit from O'Connell in this set. So it's a good way just to get things back on track. Doesn't need to slam down 200 kilometres all the time.
Ball.
15 love.
It's a solid volley, Nick.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, once again, the volleyer winning the point. And both of these guys really look to close that net off on the volley. Just how you should teach it.
Ball.
Bobbies, thank you.
Well, the pressure that he's been under, a couple of easier service games for Basavareddy. Savara, his coach, we just saw there on the left-hand side. Yeah, and he holds the line. Keeping himself in front here in set number 2, 5 games to 4. Oh, need to find the right place at the airports in Australia.
La routine.
Ball.
That's what you call a +1 forehand there. I thought the return was really good. He got it nice and deep down the middle. Didn't give O'Connell a lot of angle to hit that forehand, but O'Connell was able to find some spacing around the ball. See how he held his ground, stayed low. Looking at some of the stats there. That second serve, once again, 67% O'Connell is going into the body, and Basavareddy is understanding that, and he's getting around it, able to attack that backhand. He knows he's not going to be too outstretched, so took advantage of it.
Well, big moment here for O'Connell. Oh, yes. Read that beautifully. And he's got a set point.
He sure did, and once again, on that first serve, O'Connell's going 63% out wide, so Basavareddy started sitting on that. He's seen so many forehands on that dude's side and took advantage to set up a set point.
One thing that O'Connell as I say, he's not really the most expressive player. He wants to got to get the crowd more involved here.
Yeah, I think he's got to get the crowd involved, but that's exactly what you want when you're down a set point, to make a first serve. He hit it right in the corner.
Advantage O'Connell.
More of those. I mean, that first serve percentage is lower in this set.
Deuce.
To give you an idea, 59% of first serves going into play for O'Connell. It was 70% in set number 1. So it is giving Basavareddy opportunity to a few more second serves.
Advantage O'Connell.
Well, really, it's a cornerstone of the O'Connell game. He's got that rhythm which we talked about in the opening set. His family is in. If he can find that rhythm again, he'll put pressure on his opponent. At the moment, it's the other way around.
Deuce.
And what happens is when you go to one spot too many times, these players are so good, they start to sit on that forehand return, as Basavareddy did there. He's understanding that in big moments, O'Connell's normally going to his forehand.
That was an opportunity.
And that was an opportunity. He knows so many of these second serves are coming into the body, 60% of them. So he got too close inside the baseline and it rushed himself. If he gives himself a little bit more space behind the baseline, he'd be able to get around that.
Deuce.
That is his first of the match.
Ball.
He's made it.
Advantage Basavareddy.
He can't believe it, O'Connell, but that ball has dropped in.
It's coming on the board now. It's coming on the board.
You can see the margin is so fine. That is a quadruple zoomer for the camera.
I mean, what a strike from Basavareddy there. I mentioned how his backhand is a bullet. He needed it there to set up another set point. Players seem to be having the issue with which balls are being called out and in.
That one was, it did look a lot close. We're on that line, to be fair. It did look like it dropped in.
I think he was just hoping he was out.
Tension building now, the business end of this second set. frustrating for Basavareddy.
Advantage O'Connell.
Yeah, Basavareddy understood how far outside of the court he was. He was trying to rush to get back to the center, and then O'Connell actually jammed him up. Smart play there.
Game O'Connell.
Oh, that is such an important hold.
Coaching box for Chriswell O'Connell up on their feet. Jill Savara, the coach of Basavareddy, writing down some notes. It's getting tight right now.
Sure, Jill would have put in the deal, said, righty up, I'm going to be coaching you. I need a pen budget. Because he does, as you said at the start, he writes so much down across a match.
Almost after every point. Very detailed as Jill Savara.
Love.
See the coach there, Jill Savara for Basavareddy.
Almost didn't have to go that close to the line.
And Chris O'Connell can't believe that was called out.
There you go.
Both players having quite a few issues right now, but it's up on the board.
You can rage against the machine, but you can't beat it.
You can't beat it.
Thank you.
Ball.
Working hard, those cameras around the court. That's a good hold again from Basavareddy. Backhand of this set has been particularly strong for the American at 6-5 in the second. First meeting between these two players. I feel that Basavareddy now got a good read on the O'Connell serve. More returns coming back into play. More returns coming back into play in dangerous positions. So we'll do a little bit more with it.
Ball.
15 all.
That's 12 winners off the forehand wing for O'Connell.
Too. I haven't seen him get to the net as much in this second set.
Yeah, and that time he recognized the short ball, got up to it quicker than he did on the very first point of the game. That short ball got a little bit too low. This time he was able to get up there, do more with that approach.
Ball.
Up to the tiebreak, here we go.
6 game zone tiebreak. Each player receive 1 additional video reading.
You can see the coaching team there for Chris O'Connell. I think I kind of read the lips where he said, go for it here. The tiebreaker, you don't want to wait for something to happen. You want to try to make it happen, especially with these quick courts. Chris O'Connell is 9 of 12 on his net points won, 75%. So the more he can come forward, the better for him.
Nishesh Basavareddy.
Ball.
What that shorter ball was about from O'Connell.
Yeah, you know, look, O'Connell can hit a backhand slice anywhere and put it on a dime. And this time he thought, okay, I'm going to hit it a little bit short and make Basavareddy come forward. But that short slice just was a bit too high. Basavareddy was able to get up there and put a lot of pace on that approach.
Basavareddy.
12th ace for O'Connell.
Let the service.
Awkward for him in the end. Had to play the extra ball.
Yeah, you know, Sometimes it's something that you teach when a player comes forward. If you can hit a pass that's a little bit higher and make it difficult for your opponent to have to hit that high volley. That one, he wasn't planning to hit it high. It's a little bit of a frame from O'Connell, but in the right spot, just too high for Basavareddy. He wasn't expecting it to keep rising as it kept going. Took his eye off the ball last minute.
Just wanted to drop that over. The whole court available.
Let the service. Basavareddy.
I feel like this is a huge tiebreak for O'Connell. Take a 2-set-to-love lead.
Yeah,
take control of the match.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of tension there in that slice. There wasn't as much bite on it as we're used to seeing throughout the set. Even early on in this tiebreaker, when he went with the short one, there wasn't much bite on that slice. He's got to loosen up the arm here.
A lot more controlled.
And that was such a smart play as well. Basavareddy went with that short ball. It's always smart to go short right in front of you, not give your opponent a lot of angle. As we see here, this short ball, Chris O'Connell going short in front of him, so there's no angle for Basavareddy. And finishing with the volley. Of 13 net points won for O'Connell. That's 77% clean up there at the net. Yeah, Basavareddy absolutely sat on that serve right there. He'd been getting beat too many times to his forehand, and he wasn't going to let it happen again.
Awkward again. And throwing up that high ball.
Yeah, those high balls are always awkward for players. I like to try to tell players on the high balls, aim for the service line. That way, if you miss it, it's still in. You miss it short, it's also still in. Big moments here.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, that'd be frustrating. He had some control in this tie break. They're trying to get a foothold in the match, leveling things up. An overhead that he missed, and then the double fault. Means it's on the racket now of Chris O'Connell. constructing that point.
That sure was. That backhand slice short. There's a lot more knife on it off the court.
Six,
Basavareddy in an awkward position.
O'Connor.
And O'Connell finding the forehand to finish. Set point for the Aussie.
Ball.
Missed. Not by much, though.
6-5.
And that was a difficult approach shot for Basavareddy. I mean, that slice was so low to the court. That was nasty from O'Connell. Basavareddy found a way. But still has to try to save another set point, the American.
He's done it well.
6-1.
So he's got that confidence, got the swagger about him, striding to the chair. Oh, nervous moments for the O'Connell camp. Now's the time for the crowd to do its work. Now set point the other way.
7-6. Basavareddy.
We play set point roulette.
Yeah, Basavareddy on that short forehand, he kind of hesitated to almost come forward. He was going to try to make O'Connell pass him. Ended up staying back, and I think that threw O'Connell off. He missed it.
At just the right time.
Yeah, what an unbelievable pass from O'Connell there. Basavareddy had to hit the perfect volley down the line, kept it in front of him. He stayed in front of it as well, covered that down the line, but inch perfect from the Australian.
Ball.
Oh, he asked the question again.
That was almost the identical pass that he had before. I thought he was going to go back down the line. Tried to find the short angle, and I don't like seeing that energy from O'Connell to his camp after he missed that one.
It's on his racket.
Yep.
Gets the opportunity to finish it off.
Ball.
Please.
And they'll do it.
Game.
That was
Second
clutch
set.
from Basavareddy.
7 games to 6.
And we are at 1 set all in this opening round singles match.
Let's second serve.
I like that fist pump from O'Connell to his camp on that very first point. You want to show your camp and you want to show your opponent that you're not going anywhere. Even though he lost that tough set 9-7 in the breaker, he's ready to dig in here.
Ball.
13.
One of those barometers will be the amount of first serves into play from O'Connell. Percentage did drop from set 1 to set 2. That's a good start. Just to build the confidence.
First game, third set.
Never really dropped in that tie break, but there's opportunities to finish it off. That second set for O'Connell, couldn't do it. To reset. This is the dynamic of best of 5 set tennis.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it's such a long match and you're going to have ebbs and flows. There's going to be ups and downs. Not often are you going to come into a match and win it in 3 straight sets and play your best tennis the whole way through. Your opponent is going to play some good tennis as well. So it's who handles those moments, who stays positive with themselves. I like that little racket tap to his camp there, to say, okay, we're off to a good start.
Ball.
15 love.
Yeah, for me, this match is going to come down to who keeps coming to the net. Basavareddy winning 64% of his points at the net. O'Connell winning 75% of his points at the net. Who takes advantage of those opportunities?
13 love. 14 love.
Didn't have to be that delicate in the end with O'Connell so far back, but we've seen throughout the match the closing speed.
Yeah, the closing
puts that
speed has been
pressure on.
so quick from O'Connell. That's what made him go for something a little bit more there, Basavareddy.
Left for service.
That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, and sometimes that's when you lose a little bit of focus. Game's going a bit too easy, and went for a drop shot, then missed that volley in the net. I think that's the first volley that we've seen him miss a normal volley in the net. We've seen a couple of the higher ones that have been more difficult, but that one was just out in front. He's been very clinical on those.
Left for service. Advantage, Basavareddy.
Number 5 for the match.
Ball.
Well, he reeled out of that game in the end.
New ball space. 1 game on.
Ball change, racket change.
Yeah, just seeing a little bit of conversation between O'Connell and his coach over there, and it looked like he was telling him to say, serve a bit flatter. I think the sun is going to be kind of in his line of sight and wanting him to be a bit more flat with the serve, go for some free points here.
Love.
Ball.
There's plenty more of those. Just some easy points. Get him rolling in his service games.
Makes life a lot easier when you make first serves and get your opponent outstretched, as he was able to do there. Up quickly to that short ball.
14, 15.
Went for the all-or-nothing shot, but Basavareddy was ready.
Yeah, Basavareddy said, okay, I'm going to make you hit the toughest shot on the run. It would have to be down the line. So he just stayed in the cross court and found the winner.
Oh.
Made that one look slightly easier. He's on serve.
O'Connell leads by
2-1 in the
games to
third.
1.
Wow, what a strike there from O'Connell. Took it early inside the baseline. Gave Basavareddy zero time to get ready for that return. It's almost like he read the ball toss. Look at where he is inside the court. Incredible.
And again. I just feel, we saw in the opening set, where he just had all the time in the world just to skip around to that ball.
Yeah, what a return that was. Nice and deep. And he's able to find the forehand with extra time.
15, 13.
Basavareddy and going out wide 64% of the time on that deuce side. That's been his bread and butter there.
Let the service.
I could just feel in that point, both players jockeying for position on the baseline, just trying to keep each other on a string. Once Basavareddy knew he had O'Connell on the defense about that backhand, he knew that was the play he wanted.
Hit that to perfection. O'Connell can't believe it. He's going to have to look up at the screen to see where it landed. He was already making that move across, so it had to be precise, and it was.
Game, Basavareddy.
So challenging that game, but coming through strongly.
2 games on.
That's impressive stuff.
Yeah, it sure was. To be down love 30 and then to hit an ace to get to 15-30, and then you start kind of rolling after that. Both players trying to find some free points here. 2 hours and 5 minutes in.
Love. One more, please. Thank you.
Ball.
And that's the location on that high volley, aiming for the service line there. If you miss it long, it's still in. If you miss it short, it's still in. And he got in because O'Connell was on the defense to that backhand wing. He was going to have to hit an unbelievable slice to get out of that point. And it floated, and he knocked it away.
Yeah, so impressive, that attack on that volley.
Yep.
Really, really impressive.
Great legs. What's happening now is Basavareddy is looking for the forehand return because he's been going there so much in big moments, and that time went to the backhand and caught Basavareddy off balance.
Oh, he was there again. O'Connell went the wrong way.
Yeah, Basavareddy reading that cross-court pass there. See Basavareddy keep it in front, but so many players hit that ball and get to the middle of the court. Look at where Basavareddy is. He's covering the cross-court, and they once again just covered the cross-court. Like a lot of times, that down-the-line pass is wide open because so many players cover the cross.
I think too for Basavareddy, in terms of getting forward, you're going in on that backhand, you see the big backswing from O'Connell. It gives him just that extra bit of time to get into position. You see that O'Connell really wants to unleash on it. A couple of times it's gone down the line, but you know, the last set and a half, it's been few and far between. Just covers his net so well.
Advantage, O'Connell.
Gosh, inch perfect there from O'Connell. Make that 18 forehand winners for the Aussie. Just catching the outside part of the line there.
You know who's relieved about all of this? The umpire. Because there's no discussion. You can't argue.
Yeah, it's all on the board.
Let's get on with it.
Ball.
erupted in the crowds.
Game
O'Connor won't mind though,
O'Connor.
because we're on serve. It's 3-2 in the third set. One of the keys to O'Connell in this situation on the Basavareddy serve is to really attack that first ball. Because that just builds the pressure. You make him return after return, but also a little bit extra on it.
Yeah, and again, you know, we can't talk enough about the pace of the court. As soon as you can get a good first strike, if you can make it a little bit flatter through the court, that just puts you in a positive advantage. You're going to get a few more short balls. Love 30 here for Basavareddy.
Thank you.
Ball.
That's only the second double fault for Basavareddy. An inopportune moment there. He had love 30 his previous service game that he was able to get out of, but now love 40.
Ball.
Well now, just a drop in level from Basavareddy in that game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Just a little hiccup in the mindset there from Basavareddy. I feel
O'Connell
like
is by 4 games to 2.
in that point he had a short ball on the backhand that he didn't come in on and just reset the point. And O'Connell didn't mind that.
O'Connell's locked back in again. He didn't give away anything in that Basavareddy service game. The returning was excellent.
Ball. Ball.
Again, could have gone either way with that forehand.
14-15.
Little game of chess out there, just sort of moving each other around, no one hitting each other off the court.
Yep, that's what you call tennis, is geometry. What parts of the court are open? That's what you're looking for. This one, he was going to go in front of him, give Basavareddy no angle. Couldn't find it over the high part of the net.
Deuce. Advantage.
That is a complete miss hit.
Basavareddy can't believe it. I mean, from the middle of the court, an extra flick of the wrist here from O'Connell. Got this up and down. Look at that flick. Outside part of the line.
He didn't want to land it right there. I can tell you that much. Just taking a little bit of control of this contest is Chris O'Connell.
5 games.
It's 5 games to 2 in the third.
What a strike there from Basavareddy.
15.
That's how you want to start this game. If you're Basavareddy, the main focus is just trying to get a hold here. Put all your energy into this hold and see if Chris O'Connell is going to get a little tight trying to serve out this set. Basavareddy's got 10 forehand winners as well as 10 backhand winners, even on both.
That's called going after it.
Yeah, and I like it, right? You're down left 30. Might as well just take a swing, see if you hit a winner. Try to get some free points here. And if not, you can still try to serve out the set.
Oh.
Game.
So over now to Chris O'Connell.
O'Connell is
Try
by
and finish
5
off this set.
games to 3.
Just what the doctor ordered on the very first point. 14 aces now in the match for O'Connell. Basavareddy was smart there. He stayed home on that O'Connell cross-court pass. Pretty much where O'Connell's been going with that backhand is cross-court on it, so Basavareddy stayed home.
Ball.
That is an aggressive mentality there from Basavareddy. Jill Savara likes that a lot. Backhand return early in the court, stayed up there for the next forehand, making O'Connell feel some pressure here.
I love that mindset, though. An attacking mindset, but it's just well controlled.
It's super controlled. And if I'm Chris O'Connell, he served a lot to the backhand in this game, and that's the better return for Basavareddy. You know, where he's been getting more mistakes from Basavareddy is on that forehand return. Basavareddy's made him pay.
Game Basavareddy.
Turns it around.
O'Connell is by 5 games.
We're back on serve. It is 5-4 O'Connell here in the third set. So back on serve here in this third set.
Textbook tennis right there for Basavareddy, using the backhand line to then set up his forehand, to then go forehand line and attack that backhand right here. Backhand line to forehand line, come in and finish the volley. This has been a pattern that's worked for him extremely well throughout this match.
Frustration showing because O'Connell had a stranglehold on the set. Good chance of being able to finish it off, but now is in the battle again. Now is in the grind.
Yeah, and this is where you got to stay positive with yourself. Of course, you were serving for the set, but you got to get back to what matters, and that's the present. Is also what happens when you get frustrated with yourself. Your heart rate goes up and your clarity of thought isn't quite the same as what it needs to be.
It just shows that it was a momentary blip for Basavareddy. Just one down game, but the recovery has been great.
Yeah, the recovery has been great. And again, that's where it comes back to when you've won 3 rounds of qualifying to get into the main draw. You feel like, you know what, I deserve to be in this moment. I put all the effort to be here. And then when you have a guy like Jill Savara in your corner who believes in you, took Danny Medvedev to #1 in the world, that's going to give you some extra confidence.
putting in a call to Craig Tiley and saying, no more American players, please, because the last 4 years, he's lost to an American player each time. Maxim Cressy in the 3rd round, 2022. Jensen Brooksby, round 1, 2023. Ben Shelton, 1st round, 2024. And Tommy Paul, round 1, 2025.
Yeah, that was a 5-setter last year against Tommy Paul. Flick of the wrist there from Chris O'Connell. This was nice. Backhand, nice depth there. And a little bit of extra flick.
Stand and deliver sort of stuff, that one. 157. Enough work on the ball from the serve from O'Connell.
Ball.
To that backhand, you saw what Basavareddy was able to do. Short the backswing, back with the flight of the ball, the pace.
Yeah, that was a confident swing from Basavareddy there off that backhand.
Big moments now in this match. Oh dear.
And once again, Basavareddy making the return, asking the question to Chris O'Connell. Just found a way to get this back in court. Pressure moment at 30-all, and O'Connell completely pulling off of that forehand there. Big ace in a pressure moment.
Beaten for depth of shot again.
Advantage, Basavareddy.
Yeah, and that's the tricky part once again. If you serve too many times to Basavareddy's backhand, he's going to eat you up with depth. He's had some extremely confident returns on that wing so far throughout this match. O'Connell's going to have to save another break point here.
And does. The crowd saying do another one. Well, if he is more than likely going to go out wide, short angle, around 165 Ks. He's had good success when he's been able to do that. Oh, he put down the other one.
He caught us all off guard, even Basavareddy. He made so many of those backhand returns. He thought for sure it'd be coming to his forehand.
That's the way to finish it. Under pressure. The big first serve at the right time. And it's 6-5 in the third. So business end of set number 3. Nishesh Basavareddy serving to stay in the set again. And he's going to run out of time here.
Time violation warning. Basavareddy.
And about time. That was well overdue.
Wait, thank you.
The umpire gives a soft warning to the player, just giving them a reminder just to speed things up, but right on it there. He's been testing the outer markers of the time limits across the match.
Thank you. Ficino.
Knocks a little bit of heat out wide.
Let's discuss. Game.
Familiar territory for us here. Another tie break.
Tie break. Each player receive one additional video review.
Yeah, Basavareddy just going for a new stick. I don't think that racket has a grip on it.
Ask for that in the package. And you got to specifically request it, Nick.
Yeah, I guess so. Got to have the stringers re-grip it for him as well. Here we go. Just how you want to start a tiebreaker. Strong first serve. Look for your forehand, your string.
1-0. O'Connell.
So O'Connell around that forehand quickly, a lot of space. Good shape over the net there.
Oh.
One on.
So he's not happy here with someone in the crowd, I think, being sort of calling out as the match has gone along.
Yeah, the crowd just getting excited for this moment. Third set tiebreak. A little bit of chatter.
Give it a turn as well.
Yeah, Basavareddy, that might have pumped him up a little bit. Sometimes in moments like these, it's good to have a little bit of extra why for you to figure out a way to get through this moment. Not typically a backhand that Basavareddy misses. You know, that just comes down to the pressure moment right now. He's so clean off that backhand wing.
Number 19 for the match.
O'Connor.
I feel that that's going to carry him through here if he is able to prevail in the set.
Oh.
Mistakes off the strength of Basavareddy off that backhand wing.
Oh.
Oh, he's missed that too. Oh, his level's dropped again.
Yeah, it's so smart from Chris O'Connell just to get that pass low on the shoelaces of Basavareddy, make him come up with something off a low volley. I think he can feel the nerves from Basavareddy, so he said, okay, I'm going to make you come up with something. And now O'Connell, 5-2.
Pushed it that. Through that slice more. That's why it sort of drifted wide at the end.
Yeah, that was kind of a kamikaze move there from Basavareddy from the baseline. Just came forward, asked the question.
Oh.
He's got set point. And plenty of opportunity as well.
6.
Yeah, he sensed how close Basavareddy was on that return of serve, so that was so smart to go into the body there. There's set points for O'Connell.
back.
Game third set.
And he got the
O'Connell, 7
results.
games to 6.
Christopher O'Connell with a 2-1 lead. He takes the third to tiebreak.
Basavareddy to serve. Love. Love. Please.
No, the ball kid didn't have the ball back, just in position. He's wanted to get on with it quickly. He'll be absolutely frustrated right now.
Stop.
Meanwhile, the confidence down the other end, and this is where the consistency factor will come in for O'Connell. Up his end of the bargain. Today, that level rising and falling.
14-15. Left service.
Stop. Stop.
14.
He's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour now. I think what his sort of thought process is at the moment. To getting himself back into a good position in the set, fighting back in the tie break, and ultimately not going his way.
Stop.
But he still
Game
holds.
Basavareddy.
Yeah, and that's all
First
you're looking
game,
for, is getting that
fourth
first
set.
hold in the fourth set here. You want to put the pressure back on Chris O'Connell.
Lafferty.
Interesting to see how O'Connell will varying up where he's placing the serve. As Nick's talked about, aiming for that forehand of Basavareddy. Great angle.
Yeah, not an easy volley. That one that's high. We've seen him miss a couple of those backhand volleys that have been high, but this time kept his eye on it better. He knew that Chris O'Connell was on the run here. The easiest shot is to go down the line with it. Great cover.
Stop.
Just had to be careful there, and he was. Again, interesting going out to that backhand to Basavareddy. More for the knot, and it's picked up from the second set on.
Yeah, Basavareddy is going to look to get in as much as he can. He did have him on the defense here. Just didn't do enough with that volley. And we've seen the athleticism from Chris O'Connell throughout this match. He will track it down. I just like the movement here around this. Didn't want to hit a backhand, so he moved to his left, gave himself a lot of space around the ball so that he could go inside out or inside in. So many options there. 22 forehand winners, only 7 backhand winners for O'Connell.
One game on.
Yeah, that sounded like right there that Nishesh Basavareddy was asking Sabara, should I just stay in the backhand to backhand rally cross court? And Joe Sabara said, yes, stay in that rally, but then when it is open, go for the down the line. So we'll see how much he uses that pattern here.
Demolition, loss of serve.
So he's going to lose the serve now as the clock's wound down again. So a second serve.
Yeah, that's something that we've kind of been keeping an eye on, is just the amount of time that Basavareddy is taking sometimes in between points and then coming out of changeovers. Chris O'Connell has gotten a little bit frustrated with it. Fair enough, as the rules are the same for everybody.
It's just the awareness. He went over, you were talking about
yes.
the fact he went over, have a chat to the coach, the towel, everything like that. Umpire completely right to start that clock. Well, as frustrating it might be for Basavareddy, you already had the warning, so you know you have to speed up a little bit. The other thing too, as he was walking over to Gilles Savara, you can see that there's a clock right there,
Yeah.
right next to his coach, which is quite big and bright.
Yeah, it's
counting
actually
down.
right in his line of vision, as you mentioned. And, you know, it is for everybody, right? That towel box is pretty far to the side of the court. We're 3 hours in right now. Both players trying to catch their breath.
That's well done. Stayed really steady as he hit through that ball.
Yeah, he did. And he had a feeling that Basavareddy was going to make him have to pass off of that backhand wing. That's what Basavareddy has been doing throughout most of this match, is making O'Connell pass off of that wing. So he stayed home. And look at how low he stayed to the ground.
Oh.
Can you take the ball, please? Thank you. Game
He
Basavareddy.
holds. Basavareddy keeps himself in front in this set. It's 2-1 in the fourth. Service percentage overall today. O'Connell 61%, winning 76 on the first ball, just over half on the second ball. That's clever.
And that's a little fake out there from O'Connell. He's been doing such a good job of running around to find that forehand and going inside out, inside in. Incredible depth. And he had Basavareddy on his heels when he went for this dropper. He said, you know what, you got me on the last drop shot. It's not, you're not going to get me again, at least not in the same game. Got up to that one quickly. Did Basavareddy.
Too good. Too much in control. And gets the result.
Yeah, and I think that's what Joe Savar is saying right there. He's saying, hey, take a few more of those second serve returns and come in. Keep putting the pressure like this on Chris O'Connell. Basavareddy does that so well because of the short backswing on the backhand.
Oh.
Maybe put it into the Basavareddy forehand, but not at 159 sitting up like that.
Yeah, well, look at the balance here. Stayed nice and down through that forehand return. Didn't over-rotate. giving himself a break point.
Deuce.
So he's gone 2 of 9. Basavareddy in the match. Break point conversions.
Yeah, that's only 22%.
And it's usually been that big first serve from O'Connell that's got him out of trouble.
Advantage Basavareddy.
That ball up the line just must have clipped the edge. Such fine margins.
Deuce.
What a way to stay cool, calm, and collected on this overhead here. As you mentioned, that approach shot just catching the line. I like the lob. It was nice and high. Difficult to make this overhead, but kept his eye on the ball.
Ball.
Again, just too much on it from Basavareddy.
Advantage
That return
Basavareddy.
is just money in the bank for Basavareddy. So early in the court.
Wait, please. Again, Basavareddy.
Break consolidated.
Basavareddy
The break of serve, I should say, rather than
against
consolidation.
Yeah, and you kind
Gotta
of
get it
felt
done
that.
here.
Yeah, you kind of felt that coming. Basavareddy was just more ultra aggressive in that return game. He wasn't trying to wait for O'Connell to make mistakes. He wanted to take it to him there.
Now he's got the opportunity to consolidate the break. Let's see if he can run away with it a little bit. Just take some momentum. Good patience again. I reckon that right ball got into position really early for this one. So he got his opportunity here. Just a couple of steps across into position.
Ball.
15. Please take a seat behind the players. Thank you. Thirty, 15.
Just see there with that backhand from O'Connell, just blocking it up the line. Needs just a little bit more. Basavareddy is getting there in plenty of time. Really time now for O'Connell to just go after a few of these. Well, he can't do anything about that. It's number 11. Good elevation. Taking control of this fourth set. Basavareddy 4 games to 1. Got to get the hydration in today. Warm conditions in Melbourne, 26 Celsius at the moment.
Yeah, and we saw 2 different changeovers there from these 2 players. Chris O'Connell getting the hydration in. Basavareddy sent a racket off to get strung and then was regripping his other racket that he's going to bring out now. A little equipment change for him. Players now on the side of the court where their coaches are, getting a little extra input.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to see a little extra juice now on that return from Basavareddy off that backhand side. The depth has been right on the baseline, not giving O'Connell any time.
Oh.
Well, trying back the other way though into the forehand, he's not missing that either.
Starting to see the ball like a basketball is Basavareddy, it seems. And also maybe starting to read the toss a little bit more from O'Connell.
Another element that's going to be happening across the next 40 minutes is the shadows going to start to come across this ANZ Arena. It's that time of the afternoon. And that might make things tricky for the players too. Going from the sun into the shade and backwards and forwards. In the next sort of 20 minutes or so. Well, that's precision.
Game over.
Had to work hard to get himself out of trouble.
Basavareddy leads by
Chris
4
O'Connell did
games
his job.
to 2.
Got the hold, send the balls down the other side of the court.
Thank you.
See what Basavareddy can do. Almost got to let the guy keep that ball, right?
What's the rule? Should we? If you catch it, you get it?
Yeah, if you catch it, you got to keep it. Come on. We got plenty of tennis balls out here.
The only thing that I'd say to that is there's a finite amount that come out at any one particular time. If we start popping balls into the crowd, we're not going to have many left
Yeah,
by the time of the ball change.
Yeah, the chair umpire does have some used balls in a box sitting under her, so she would be able to check to see the type of used balls that are similar to what the guys have right now, but let them keep that souvenir.
The issue there, he took that racket back. O'Connell would need to have it forward in front of him. Didn't have enough time to swing through it.
Yeah, this is one of those balls that were definitely got too low to go topspin with it. That's where he should go to his normal continental grip that he's very comfortable with, and he could put that one on a dime anywhere.
Oh.
Something special. Oh, I think his vibration dampener fallen off his racket. Just up and over, just enough.
Yeah, I guess that vibration dampener somehow came off at some point in that point. Come into his plastic bag to get another dampener out.
Well, you know, Nick Munro, how hard they are to find on a tennis court.
Yeah, when they pop out, they kind of go anywhere. They don't go in one direction. It's kind of like a bouncy ball. You don't know where that thing's going, especially when it's so small. It's hard to find.
Yeah, try finding it on a clay court.
I didn't use any. I just made it easy. Didn't want to find it.
Oh.
Game. Basavareddy.
So maintaining his advantage here in this fourth set. Basavareddy 5 games to 2.
5 games to 2.
An ace sure will help as well.
15 all.
Probably just free swinging at the moment.
Yeah, you might as well. You're up 5-2. Just take a few cuts on the return.
Oh.
I think that's something O'Connell's going to need to look for. When he's serving body forehand, Basavareddy is moving to his left to make contact. So the easiest return is a cross-court return. And he's gotten O'Connell quite a few times on that one. So he's got to start moving to his right after that serve.
Game and fourth set.
All square.
Basavareddy 6 games to 2.
The 5th set showdown coming up. Basavareddy taking the 4th, 6 games to 2.
We know he's such a rising talent, is Basavareddy. He felt like with Sabara, his experience and mindset could help him in moments like this.
Final set. Basavareddy to serve. Please take a seat behind the players. Thank you.
One thing that might factor in here, Nick, Basavareddy, this is his first match that has gone to 5 sets in his career. This is the 3rd year in a row that Christopher O'Connell has played an opening round match at the Australian Open that's gone 5 sets.
We mentioned it was last year that he played Tommy Paul that he lost in 5, Chris O'Connell.
7-5 in the 5th. The year before, had a win over Christian Garin. 7-5 in the 5th.
This is where for Chris O'Connell, he can't think about those losses in the 5th set here at Australian Open. He's been playing some great tennis. Got to stay positive in the head here.
Yeah, I want to look back at last year. Maybe the year before, he did beat Garin 7-5 in that 5th set. Then the other 2 that he's played have actually been losses as well. So he's 1 and 3 in terms of 5-set wins. Lost twice to Tommy Paul.
Oh.
Once to Gael Monfils, playing his final season on the tour, on court at the moment against another Aussie.
Lamont, we're going to miss him.
Yeah,
Miss
absolutely.
his talent and athleticism.
Just going to miss the fun he brings.
Oh, what a joy.
Dane Sweeney is his opponent. He's looking okay over there on Kia Arena.
Left for service.
Well, needs a few more of those points where it actually goes after it, particularly on that forehand.
Deuce.
Out of position, but just that little bit extra.
And we've seen that quite a few times when he's on the run of the forehand. He goes down the line with that shot more often than cross. Uses his momentum to create that extra pace. I feel like if you are
Advantage
Basavareddy
Basavareddy.
and Jill Savara, you're thinking, okay, we're in the 5th set now. Let's see if Chris O'Connell can pass us off of that backhand to win the match. How many times can you keep coming forward into that backhand wing if you're Basavareddy?
Game Basavareddy.
Strong hold. Remember a little bit of
First
pressure.
game, final set. Lovely team.
Back with the flight of the ball.
Yep, and staying ultra aggressive with that backhand return. He's not just bunting it back in the court and then going to work. He's actually going for his targets.
Just needs a few points just to spark up the crowd. I know that they've been with him just
15.
at times a little flat. And they just try and push him over the line. He won't be firing him up himself. And they just build the noise. Very few spare seats to be had. And that'll do. And that will help.
And it's interesting there because I felt like Basavareddy could have gotten to that ball, and I think that's why he's frustrated with himself. He was running to it, moving to his right, and he kind of stopped early. And he was hitting his legs as if to say, hey, run for that ball.
Oh, great depth of shot again.
40. Deuce.
This is a real test for O'Connell right now.
Advantage.
The level that Basavareddy's playing, I mean, very few dips along the way.
Yeah, and it's a test as well on the serve because Basavareddy is starting to find the return really well. He's getting around it. He's putting a lot of depth. So O'Connell's trying to find some free points here.
Ball.
Deuce.
And that's the only tricky part is if you don't get it out of the strike zone of Basavareddy on that backhand, he can make you pay. It's like butter for him.
Well, it's just the positivity that he's played with across most of the match, really.
Right.
The ability just to step in. This is what I'm going to do. It's premeditated. I'm going to attack.
Well,
I'm going to miss a few along the way, but then he does that.
Yeah, it's such a short backswing. It's easy for him to make that shot.
Fault.
I don't think the speaker worked for the crowd. We certainly heard it, of course.
Yeah, and this has been the case throughout the match. If you're just joining us, it hasn't been making the calls.
It was at the start through the first set where we can hear the call, the umpire can hear it as well. And it just wasn't working on the PA system, and another issue there as well. But the call was clear. That's clutch.
That's called taking matters into your own hands right there. That ball landed inside the service box. That's exactly the ball you want to come in on. And I like the short volley here. Basavareddy would have tracked it down if it was deep.
Brings the crowd into the equation. As you pointed out, Nick, with some of the other courts closing for the day session, particularly Margaret Court Arena and Rod Laver Arena, the crowds will be coming here.
Oh yeah, word is getting out.
Please. Blocking.
That's one of the first missed hits that we've really seen off of the forehand, where that was quite a bit of frame on that one. Didn't quite get the legs to the ball there. Maybe a little fatigue setting in, 3 hours and 44 minutes in.
just a little bit extra. Up the ante, O'Connell, through that rally. Just a little bit extra, the heavier ball.
A little bit extra on that forehand, drawing the unforced error. 21 unforced errors off the forehand for Basavareddy.
Oh, get down low and get the results.
That's an incredible move once again at the net for Basavareddy. I'm talking about net points coming in. Basavareddy winning 67% of those, 37 of 55 when he's coming in clean.
Let the service.
See that number there, O'Connell, 69% on his net points won. Players handy up there.
Game Basavareddy.
So we continue on serve in this final set. The finest of margins. Basavareddy 2 games to 1.
2 games to 1.
And you kind of feel like most of the rallies have been on Basavareddy's racket. He's been the one kind of dictating play a little bit more. But O'Connell's been throwing darts on the serve. There's another one there. O'Connell winning 73% of his first serve points won, 74%.
Oh.
Just his second for the match. I guess everything gets magnified when you're deep into a 5th set of major, deep into a match like this. 3 hours and 50 minutes on the clock.
Game on.
Just when we wanted a bit more of a comfortable service game. Trying to find a way into the Basavareddy service game. We've seen that at times there's been one game where he's just struggled, Basavareddy, in terms of throwing in the double faults and the gifts that come in.
Yeah, and if I'm looking at some of the percentages here, Basavareddy is going 62% wide on both sides. So if I'm O'Connell, I would be shading more towards that wide serve and make Basavareddy have to change it up down the tee. Once again, another wide serve.
Another crowd catch.
Oh, no, he caught it. You got to keep that ball.
Yeah, under your policy, they'd be keeping that ball.
He's like a center fielder there. Great catch.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
that's hitting the mark.
You talk about believing in yourself in a big moment. Great serve from Basavareddy. But this is where you're going to go for your serves that you feel comfortable in. And as I mentioned, 62% wide on both sides. That's where he wants to go in big moments. Why not mix it up down the tee? Make that 14 aces for Basavareddy.
Oh.
Game Basavareddy.
Bit of a statement game for Basavareddy as well.
Basavareddy is by 3 games to 2.
On serve, 3-2 in the 5th.
That is called a short backswing and a rip right there from Chris O'Connell. Didn't back up off the baseline, held his ground. Strong legs.
Patient play. That's all he needed to do. Didn't have to overhit that ball. It is tricky though with this shadow now coming across. It's almost halfway across the court now.
Yeah, did a good job of keeping his head and eyes on the ball there.
Oh.
Well, they've been on a roller coaster today. Well, that's nothing new. 3s in a row. Chris O'Connell's played a 5-set match in the opening round of the Australian Open.
Game O'Connell.
And he keeps himself rolling.
Game zone.
So the acceleration through that ball. He's landed that first serve. He's hit his spots nicely against Chris O'Connell today.
Oh.
Love.
That ball was almost behind him.
A little 360 moment for Basavareddy there.
13 love.
O'Connell's done a good job on these passing shots down the line of actually going a little bit higher over the net, making it a difficult volley.
Love.
Basavareddy backing it up with a key first serve there.
Game.
He's
Basavareddy.
feeling confident as we continue on serve in set number 5. It's 4 games to 3.
Response there from Chris O'Connell. He's now seen Basavareddy take that
15
return and come in a few
love.
times down the line, so he got ready for it. Great use of the left leg on that open stance to stay low and strong.
Well constructed again.
Yeah, I've just been so impressed with both players. I mean, we're 4 hours and 2 minutes in, and you don't see any dip in physical level from either player. Both players getting up to the short balls, taking advantage of what's there. Shows all their hard work over the preseason is being put to work.
Ball.
This one, you got to be careful if you're Chris O'Connell. 30 love, don't want to play any loose points here. Basavareddy's been doing a good job of putting a lot of returns back in court, so you got to be ready for that +1.
Yeah, good serve. Heavier ball.
Yeah, a little bit of extra pace on that one.
15.
154 kilometers an hour kind of caught Basavareddy off guard with that extra pace.
I've been saying that 154, but it was the work that was put on at the placement, which has been pretty good overall for O'Connell throughout the entirety of the match.
Ball.
Only his third. Couple coming in this set though.
And only his third, and I guess that's the right moment to do it if you're at 40-15, 40-30.
Ball.
Put an asterisk on that point right there. Basavareddy went further back on that second serve return. I think that's the first time that he went far back, gave himself more time to get shape on that return. once he got in the rally, he had complete control. That'll make O'Connell think about that second a little bit more.
Well, now, huge moment for Basavareddy. He's 4 of 12 in terms of conversions today. No, didn't get there. Is that the killer blow?
Game.
5-3. He's going to serve for the match, Basavareddy.
New balls, please.
Well, you talk about in a match of 4 hours and 6
Basavareddy
minutes.
is by 5 games to 3.
Making changes in your game plan, and we saw that from Basavareddy there in that game. On the second serve, the last 2 times on the ad side, he went further back, gave himself time to get into the point, and ultimately used his legs to get it. And now he's serving for the match.
One of those moments where he's been able to just seize control of the point. O'Connell's had to cover a lot of ground. Part of the time just to keep in the point. But still, he's got to finish the job.
Basavareddy's money ball on that dude's side, 63% wide. Goes to it when he needs it.
Please. Thank you. Love. Thank you, players are ready. Love.
And racing to match points. Cool, calm and collected. Basavareddy.
Wait, please. Wait, please.
Big moment in his career coming up. That's a great
Game,
finish.
7 match.
How
Basavareddy.
well did he do that?
Reset to 2, 4-6,
Nishesh
7-6,
Basavareddy.
6-7,
What a
6-2,
performance.
6-3.
His first ever match that's gone 5 sets. He had to dig deep. It was a great performance from Christopher O'Connell. This 20-year-old is rolling along at Australian Open 2026. Gets it done 6-3 in the 5th.
What a performance from Nishesh Basavareddy. We talk about a player that got through 3 rounds of qualifying to get into this first round, so was coming in with some confidence, but then to seal the deal in 4 hours and 8 minutes. He looked so cool, calm, and collected in that 5th set. It was almost like he played so many 5th sets in his career, but this one being the first one ever in his career.